there are 118 different elements, and these elements can combine to form a wide variety of compounds. Now we can find out information about the elements from a periodic table. Now there are many different periodic tables, but they all have the same shape and will have similar amount of information. So let's look at one periodic table and look and see what we can determine. So each periodic table will have a box for each one of the elements. Inside that box, there will be a chemical symbol. That will either be one or two letters. So this is for hydrogen, and hydrogen is H. Typically, you'll also have the name. Sometimes they omit the name, but this is hydrogen, and it's H. What you will always find is the atomic number. The atomic number is either in the upper left or right-hand corner, or sometimes it'll be right below the symbol. The atomic number is a whole number, so 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 118, and it is the number of protons. So hydrogen has 1 proton. Also, what you'll find is a number. This one will not be a whole number. This one will have a decimal places, and that is the average atomic mass of, in this case, hydrogen. This is in AMUs for 1 atom of hydrogen, or this will tell us the number of grams for 1 mole of hydrogen. Now, the way a periodic table is arranged, we have the rows, which are called periods, and the columns, which are called the groups or families. Now, the columns are very important because the columns, the groups, show us the elements that have similar properties. So if they're in the same group, they have similar properties. And so a lot of these have names. All right, so the periodic table, in this case, it has a color for the background. And this just shows us that the majority of the periodic table are what we call metals. So these include metals that we know in everyday life, like iron and nickel. Metals are shiny, and typically they're malleable. That means they can be beat down to form a thin sheet. The rest of the periodic table in the upper right are either nonmetals. These are things like carbon and oxygen and neon and helium, or metalloids. Metalloids are a kind of in between nonmetals and metals. Now, the periodic table, we can talk about what are called the main group elements. These are ones on the sides. So these 6 groups over on the right-hand side and the 2 on the left-hand side. And then in the center are what are called the transition metals. The transition metals are notable because the transition metals have very variable properties. So, for instance, iron right here can have different charges based on what it's bound to. The main group elements, in comparison, have very defined properties, right? So we know nitrogen always has very similar properties no matter what it's bound to. All right, now in the periodic table, we have different groups, and a lot of these have names. There are 4 that we're going to discuss here. So this group right here, from lithium on down, these are what are called the alkali metals. Next to them are the alkaline earth metals. Over here, fluorine on down to tennessine, these are what are called the halogens. Halogens are very important because halogens are found in a lot of things like plastics. And then finally, this group here, helium down to oganesson, these are what are called the noble gases. Noble gases are notable because they are inert. What that means is these noble gases do not react much. Right? Helium, neon, argon, they don't form compounds with other elements. Typically, they are just by themselves.